Hello everybody, welcome to Movie Master, where we rank, review, trailer react, and talk about movies and TV shows. So today, this is going to be my last review for the year. The last video I just finished uploading to now was my review on the Marvel Spider-Man PS4 game and its DLC content. So this is the last rank and review I'll be doing for the year. The next video I'm doing will be more of a reflection video, be final video for 2020 to close off the year, and to finish off my video set on my Maximum X channel. On that channel I'm gonna upload a Merry Christmas video to finish off my year. So sorry if I do this in between the video, I have a bunch of ulcers on my mouth, so it really aches, especially the one up here and here. It really hurt and really sting. So don't be surprised if I do this. So anywho, this is the video game Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'm going to be reviewing this video game, and like The City That Never Sleeps and like the main game, I will be doing 3 categories: the good, the bad, and in the middle. And you already know what this means. The good stuff, which I thought was really good, well done. In the middle, which I thought was good yet bad, but mixed. And bad, which is, ironically as it is, quite bad. So yes, and what I'll do at the end is I'll give my overall rating. So yes, this comes in 2 different versions: the PS4 version, which I own, and the PS5 version, which I do not own. This is a standalone story / sequel to Marvel Spider-Man PS4, a very renowned game of its time, and it came out only 2 years ago. And I will sadly not be doing the PS5 version of this, or the remaster of this one. I will not be doing the remaster for Marvel Spider-Man, or the PS5 version for Miles Morales. Since I do not have a PS5 in my possession, you'll likely see those videos in 2021, or the following year, or etc. So yes. So this is my last review for 2020. My last ranking of 2020 was my ranking of all 3 Spider-Man live-action actors, ranked from worst to best. And I felt like that was a really good ranking, and I really loved it because, well, it brought closure. It brought a kind of closure sense to the year. Plus, I've been really wanting to do that video for the whole year, and I tried merging it with other videos, like ranking all 3 Spider-Man actors and all 3 Spider-Man film franchises. I tried doing that a lot, and it never really worked out, but with this one it did. And on a side note, if you see me with these 2 glasses, I wear these because my eyes look a bit weird in the shots. I might sometimes stitch the glasses in the later years, but, well, I like these glasses. So this is the main set I use a lot. This is my spare set. When I lose this set, I use this set. If I lose this one, I obviously use this one. So it's opposites. If either one of these gets lost, then I just go with the flow. So this is the last video I'm using these glasses in for 2020, and these are the last glasses I'll be using in my next video. So yes. I love these glasses. I bought these at Cracker Jacks. They are proper good glasses. And I chose them. My nan bought them for me. So I really liked having those. These ones came free at the V store. These are V glasses for the V energy drinks. My dad got it free from a petrol station. So yeah. My dad and mum are watching the news in the lounge. So, yep. But with that, now, let's get on to everything else. Now, let's start with the good for this game. So the good is the skills. The skill set. Particularly the skill tree. If you have played the first Marvel Spider-Man, in which most of them who played that game have, there's a certain skill tree you have to buy. And there's abilities like the swing kick or webbing villains up and throwing them around like a ball and then throwing them into someone else. Or swing kicking somebody or something, or bouncing off the walls to punch them in the face, or it's a full attack combo. In this game, instead of you having to earn and buy these skill tree points, you get them automatically in the game, which means that in canon, Peter Parker has taught all these to Miles. So yeah, so it was really cool, and it was really cool seeing him use his new skill tree, because a lot of these ones were really nice and new. It was a new twist with the skill tree. I like how they took all the abilities from the last game, slammed it into this one, and put it in. And I really liked that, and I thought it was really great. And I can't wait to see what they do for the future. Next one is the swinging. The swinging is really brilliant because you can tell that Miles isn't fully confident with how he swings. This is much more less confident Miles Morales, who is less confident in his ability to swing. Makes him very nervous and hard to try and swing. With that, if you notice when Peter swings, he does not use the legs. He uses his mobility in his central torso area and the weight of his body to lift up off it when he swings. When Miles does it, he uses his legs. So, for example, this is an example. When Peter does it, when he's swinging, he uses the most chest mobility when he swings. So when he swings, he uses the mobility of his body. When Miles swings, he uses the mobility of his legs, particularly these legs, and then he uses them and push up, which is what Peter did in his early years of Spider-Man. So I really like how they did their attention to detail, because it shows that this Spider-Man isn't all actually really good and isn't experienced as the Spider-Man who came before him. He's not as experienced as that Spider-Man. So yeah. But yes, that's what I really like about this, and I really felt like it was I really felt like that was a cool idea that they did with it, and I really liked it. So yeah. But yes, that would be that, and well, yeah. So that's how that works with the swinging ability. And I really do believe the swing is amazing. It's brilliant. It makes you feel like Spider-Man. It makes you feel like a more inexperienced Spider-Man. So that's what I really liked. Map. Yes, the map is mostly a copy and paste, but it's nice seeing the snow. The snow is really amazing, and you never really get snow in a Spider-Man game, so it's more common to see Spider-Man games in the summer season or spring season most of the time. Like the Spider-Man film time games, a lot of the time they'll sit during the summer and springtime. So yeah, no games will ever sit in winter. So now with this game, it's set in winter, and I really think that's a cool idea. And I really liked it, and it was really awesome, and it goes into the next thing, activities. The activities were brilliant. I really felt like the activities were amazing, and they even brought more amazing exploration to explore the city. Because, well, yes, it's the same New York City from the last game, but it changes. So, in this game, it's sunny all day, or raining. This game, it's snowy, and possibly raining. So with that, what I really like is the activities. It gives you a chance to also explore the world, and you have to try and learn how to move your way around it. Because yes, it's the same copy-paste world, but for those who never played the first game, it's a new experience. For those who played the last game, it's like a bit of a retraining course for those who missed out, for those who did do it and lost a bit of their age. But yes, I really think the game's great, and the activities are amazing to do. The time capsules are like backpacks from the past, and it was cool seeing the Danica cast and J. Jonah Jameson casts. Podcast continued the podcasts from the JJ episodes and the Danica cast. And it was cool how they hinted at Genki and Danica's relationship. So yeah. Another thing, side missions. With Spider-Man PS4, the side missions always had mystery with them. There was a mystery you had to flip over to solve. That's what the side missions did. Not as much mystery injected, but it was cool seeing that neighborhood feel. It felt like Spider-Man was protecting his neighborhood. Miles was protecting his neighborhood with these side missions. So with this, I found that really cool, and I really found the side missions interesting and fun. With that, we now move on to the suits. The suits, well, it's much more of a smaller category, because as you know, Peter Parker's been around since 1962, or the early 60s, so it's not that surprising that Peter's got a long catalogue of suits that he's had to wear. From the classic red and blue to the live-action big screen of dark red and blue with sunglasses for lenses, not surprising how far he's come since then. With Miles, he was created in 2011. And by that point, Peter had existed since the 60s, so that was about nearly 5 decades. He existed for nearly already 50 years. So, he'd gone a long catalog of suits by 2011. Miles had just started out. Because you see, in the Ultimate Comics, by this point, Peter Parker died in a battle with Norman Osborn. No need for spoilers, this was made over 10 years ago. He passed away in a fight with Norman Osborn. With this, Spider-Man has left a big hole in the city due to his death. Miles Morales, an African-American black kid, has come in to take the place of the what we're calling hero who has passed away. And he actually did get powers not long before the events of his death, Peter's death. And he did fight alongside Peter before his death. But after Peter's death, Miles steps it up and becomes the main Spider-Man. And several times in the comics, he would end up crossing over with the 616 Peter, the main universe Peter Parker, from the main comics. So yeah. But back to the main point. He hasn't exactly been around that long. That's 2011. That's not actually that long ago. I was still a kid back then. I was around 4. I was 4 years old back then. So I'm not that surprised that he doesn't have that much suits. But it was cool how they made so many different ideas for suits. Like a Christmas suit with leg warmers and a Santa hat and a scarf. And one from the Into the Spider-Verse films. They used films, comics, and their own ideas to do the suit catalog. It's not as big as Peter's. It's not outrageously colorful as Peter's. But it's cool and unique. And the Crimson Cow, classic, animated, homemade, all the types of suits are cool, and I really thought they were well done. And it was cool how most of the suits in the game felt like they actually added to the story, or they were in the story, or like some suits that didn't even get featured during the story. Felt like they were used prior to the events of the story. So that was something cool. So yeah, that's what I really felt like it was done. Now, the next thing I really thought was done well with this was the characters. The characters are the most important thing. If you don't have characters to populate this world, the world would kind of be boring without characters to populate it. Miles was never really developed that much over the last game. Yes, he was developed. He was developed as a character, and he was developed and hinted that he could be Spider-Man's partner. And that he and Miles have a connection due to their symbolic of intelligent children who lost their a loved one that they looked up to, like a hero. For Peter, it was his Uncle Ben. For Miles, it was his father. Both of them suffered tragedy, and both of them learned how to get over it. And they both got these amazing powers, and they both love using it, but there's also a great weight of burden to deal with that. For Peter believes that in this universe, he believes that he caused both the deaths of Uncle Ben and Jefferson Davis. He believes that it's his fault that Uncle Ben passed away because he let the robber past him when he was getting rich from the wrestling matches. That robber would end up surprising Uncle Ben and shooting him down, killing Uncle Ben. Peter would realize that the words that Uncle Ben said, was the words that he should use to take those powers out of the world and do the best he could. For Jefferson Davis, Peter was a bit distracted, and obviously he was. And he got a hand from Jefferson Davis, who was a nice cop that respected him, that treated Spider-Man like a person, not like a kid, not like some vigilante like Jameson, and treat him like how Jameson would treat him. Treat him like a human being, or not someone who would be annoyed so easily. A human being, and that's what Peter liked. And it was really sad watching him lose his life, but he was still a hero in the end. Peter realizes that maybe he might have caused it, when in actuality Peter had nothing to do with it, because it's a part of the job. Jefferson Davis would have passed away from something different, whether he went to that rally or not. He would have died or lived. Wouldn't have mattered. So yes, that's what I really like about Miles' character and his world. His world is explored much more in this game because we don't really get to see that much of his background. Besides the mentioning of some of his friends, his mother appearing, we don't really get that much explanation of his background. But Finn, his mother, his father, Genki, all the people who are around him get more explanation and explored more, especially Finn and Miles. I really feel like that it was cool, and it was really great how they used Finn and Miles' relationship like a parallel to Otto and Peter's relationship. Because Otto and Peter were the best of friends in the first game. And it was sad watching Otto turn to the darkness and Peter having to face his best friend. One of his best friends. And the final battle was saddening. Because you tell that their friendship was deteriorating the more and more. Yet Peter was still trying to convince him to come back to the light. But when Peter realized that there was no hope. Sorry about that. That's just an issue. When Peter realized there was no hope, he had to let Otto get arrested. In the second game, in the spin-off actually, in the standalone game, Miles has to deal with the fact that Finn is the Tinkerer, but he wants to try and get her. He wants to try and get Finn not to be evil. He wants to try and do it the right way, but when he fails, he knows that he has to stop her, no matter what happens. And he's saddened when he loses his best friend. His best friend lost. But he realizes that he has a duty as Spider-Man to never let anyone like Roxxon or anyone else destroy Harlem. So that's what I really liked. And I really liked how they explored Miles' world and expanded upon it with Rio, Harlem. Everyone, it felt like a family. It felt like a big family, Harlem. And it felt nice at the end of the game to see Miles enjoying his life at Harlem, enjoying his time with his family and friends, seeing that he's gone relaxed into this world. And he's unboxed all this stuff. His room at the start of the game wasn't filled with anything, but after the events of the game, it was packed with all the stuff he had. Everything he needed. And I really felt like that was a cool thing to show that he was let go and grow up. Not grow up, just let go, because it was sad watching Finn pass away. But at least Roxxon got arrested. Simon Krieger got arrested. It means Roxxon is now a bit more down on his reputation. So yes, I really liked the characters, and I thought the characters were well executed. I thought the character Finn, was great, and it was great how their friendship deteriorated slowly like Otto and Peter's. So that was really awesome. Next thing, setting up the sequel. Whenever a game, film, or TV show season ends, they always set up something for a sequel. When movies end, they set up a future plotline that is supposedly or not supposedly set up for a sequel or a spin-off that will continue their plotline. Games normally always do this. This Miles Morales game had a post-credit scene. Now, to those who have not seen the game, spoiler warning ahead. From this point and onward, this is a spoiler warning. I'm sorry I forgot to mention it earlier in the video. Spoiler warning if you have not played the game. But if you're still here, then I may go ahead. But if you don't want to see ahead, click off this game. And if you have Miles Morales, or if you have access to YouTube or the internet, go on YouTube or watch the walkthroughs and see what I mean. And if you have access to the game, or PS4, or even a PS5, play the game. If you have access to a PS5, get the game and play it. Either on the PlayStation Store or in physical copy. Again, with the PS4, either online on the PlayStation Store or on DVD on physical copies. Or watch it on YouTube, please. Or if you don't want to and you really don't care about spoilers, then continue watching the video. But if you don't want me to spoil this, go and play the game. If you have a PS4, either get this game in physical copy or on the PlayStation Store and on the PS4 and on the PS5. Do the same thing. Either get a physical copy or get it online at the PlayStation Store. Or watch a walkthrough of it on the internet. Okay. Now, if some of you guys are still here, then damn, you guys really, really don't give a damn about spoilers. But, I'm sorry for not issuing the spoiler. I'm very sorry, viewers, for those I did not mention the spoiler to. Very sorry. I promise next time to be more careful since I realized that this game came out recently. Sorry, because I've been thinking about so much. I'm going up to my nans and all that. So, yeah. But with that, well, now, setting up the sequel. In the post-credit scene, if you've played the Marvel Spider-Man PS4, this game came out over 2 years ago, so I'm sorry I'm going to have to spoil it. Well, I should anyway, it's only 2 years old. At the end of the game, during the event of the game, we believe that Harry is in Europe. By the end of the game, it's realized that Harry's sick with the disease that killed his mother. That's why Norman Osborn poured his money into Devil's Breath in the first place, to try and save his wife. When it failed, he wanted to save Harry. But when the whole Devil's Breath crisis dust cleared, Norman had nothing. So he knew he had to try and find a cure. And so he called on the help of one of his old colleagues, Dr. Curtis Connors. And he helped him, and soon they found a formula. In the post-credit scene for Miles Morales, it shows a more of a first-person shot from Harry of him looking down at his dad, and him and Kurt Connors arguing with each other. And as you can clearly see, they're arguing over how it's Harry's son and all that. And Norman growls Kurt to get Harry out of his isolation tank now. But the ramifications would have been more severe than they ever could before. So I really like how they're setting up the Venom plotline that could be in the sequel. That's what I really like about this. So I really found that cool and awesome. So yeah. But yes, with that, I believe that was great setting up the sequel. And expanding on Miles' world, I already did that. But like I said before, the characters and everything was great. They set that up well. Setting up the sequel was amazing. They did that brilliantly. And expanding Miles' world, they expanded the characters and the world he is in. It was really nice seeing his world expanded. His music he likes to do, his world, his friends, his family, his home. The feel of the game. The feel of the game is amazing. It feels different. Because this feels like a Spider-Man game. It feels like Peter Parker's story coming to life. It feels like Spider-Man popping out in action, saving the world. It feels like a fan service game to those who are fans of Spider-Man video games and Spider-Man fans. This feels like a neonish, like all the suns are neon. They're turned on. It's winter. It's mostly the night. And it's cool what they do. They use these plot lines really awesome, and I really feel like the feel of the game is really amazing because it shows how different these games are and feel. Because it's summer and spring here, and it's winter here. So that's what I really think is great about both of these games. So yes, I really feel like the feel of the game is amazing in this game. It feels much more different, yet it feels similar to the predecessing game, but it feels different. So with that, now we get to in the middle, the entire story. Now the story as a whole is not the worst thing. The story is great. It's amazing. I feel like it has a cool. I do not believe it's bad as everyone says it is. Yes, the game's quick. And the story's kind of poor, but I like how they set up Miles' origin story. This is Miles' story, and you can clearly tell now that this is not Peter's story. It's the story about Miles. It's a story about him. It's a story about what he will become as Spider-Man, and that's what I really think they did well with this game. They talked about Miles' story, not Peter's, because we already know that Peter's one. We already know what Peter's origin story is. We know that he got bit by a spider, lost Uncle Ben, and became Spider-Man out of that result. We know that storyline. It doesn't matter what he did to get Uncle Ben shot. It doesn't matter what type of spider he got bit by, radioactive or genetically altered. Instead, he got bit by the spider, he becomes Spider-Man, and he loses Uncle Ben. That's how it normally goes, and he learns with great power comes great responsibility. Or in some format of that. God damn it, the amazing Spider-Man, isn't it? But yes, with that, the story is great. It feels like Miles' story again expressed in his own way. And Miles is learning that he does not need to be like the other Spider-Man. Peter found his own way of Spider-Man because he knew that he was the new hero. He could make himself his own hero, a symbol. People that people could look out for as a symbol, as a hero. As one to call on in the need of help. Their savior. Among many other saviors like the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and many more. Oh, sorry. But yes, with Miles, he idolizes Peter. He wants to be like how as great as Peter is as Spider-Man. He wants to be able to know every move. He wants to be experienced. He wants to have a long rogues gallery. He wants to be known as a good Spider-Man too. He wants to be known as a Spider-Man. But he learns to do that in his own way. He learns to be Spider-Man in his way. Yes, he has the title Spider-Man. He is Spider-Man. But he wants to be like this one. He wants to be exactly like him. Do anything that he can. But he realizes that he can be his own thing. His own thing. And he doesn't have to be like this one. He can be him. Himself with himself without having to be in the shadow of the OG Spider-Man. He can be Spider-Man, like this one, with the title, with the powers and everything, and be like him. But he can be Spider-Man in his own right. And he can fix problems his way. Doesn't matter how he does it, as long as he fixes it, and as long as he saves the world, and looks good, and does good by while doing it. And that's all that matters about being a superhero. Keeping the world safe and being good, one step at a time. So yes, and besides that, the only bad thing was glitches. Now, this is the thing I forgot to mention in my last video on the Marvel Spider-Man main game, when I reviewed the main game when I reviewed Marvel Spider-Man PS4. I forgot to mention the glitch. There's a certain glitch that triggers in the game where when you go so long that it cuts off the perching ones. Because when you look at the area to perch, there's two circles, the big one and the small one. And you have to when you look around and you see those circles at the point area for you to perch up onto, and you press L2, R2 to thwip up to that area. You move around with the left joystick, and then when you find the place you want to perch to, you perch to there with L2 and R2. So that's what I really found an issue with the glitch in the last game and in this game. L2, R2 wouldn't work, so you have to reload the game in order to get that working. So yeah, there's some other glitches that are issues, but they're only fun ones to horse around with in this game. The Spooder Man one has sadly been removed, but it was sad I didn't get to try it, but no. I'm happy for those who did get to try it and who still want to try it. So yes, I've covered the good, in the middle, and the bad. And my overall rating of Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales is 10 out of 10. Like the DLC and like the first game, they did brilliant with this game. It was amazing what they did with this game. And I really felt like that it was a true sequel to Spider-Man PS4. And it was a brilliant game. It wasn't a true sequel. It wasn't a true sequel to the main game. But it was a good in-betweener for the next game to come. So, yes. So this game, Marvel's Spider-Man PS4 released in 2018 was a great game on its own. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, when released in 2020, was great as its own. These two games have been brilliant. And this game has also been more nuanced due to the fact it was launched at the launch of PS4 and PS5. So yes, this game was released September 7th on 2018, nearly all around the world. This game was released on November 12th, 2020 in America, Canada, South Korea, South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand. On November 18th, it was released everywhere else around the world. So this game was released on November 12th, 2020 in USA, Canada, South Korea, South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand. On November 18th, it was released all around the world. So yes. But yes, that is my review on Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales PS4 edition. This will be my video until I do Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales PS5 edition and the remastered on PS5 next year or the following year, or etc. So, thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the support so far. I've loved being on YouTube. This is a fun time, and it's been much more fun, and I thank those YouTubers who inspired me to do this when I was a kid. But I'm going a bit too ahead. It's a bit too ahead. I want to wait until I've uploaded this video and done all the other two videos. After I've uploaded, hopefully by the time I finish this, the other two videos have finished uploading. After I finish filming this, I'm going to finish my last video. And as a last resort, I'm going to do it, since it is 2020, I will do my first live video. This will be on my main channel today. I'll be doing a live video for I do not know how long. But after this, I'm going to go have an apple and butterscotch slice because I'm hungry. And I've spent like hours working on these videos, so yes. But thank you. But I want to give a thank you to those YouTubers who helped me become a YouTuber in the next reflection video. So expect a live video for me to do today, and expect a final reflection video. So you expect one more video on Maximum X. So Maximum X is my second YouTube channel. It's the other YouTube channel I am on. It's a one where I do personal stuff like vlogs or talking about things. So that's where I'll be that's where I'll be revealing my new tripod. So yes, I'll be doing a new tripod for the next year. And I will be getting much more things. Some more things will be changing next year. And I'll reveal it all in the reflection video. But my final video on Maximum X for 2020. The final video on Maximum X for this year 2020 will be a Merry Christmas video to all of you. All the ones who are subscribed on Maximum X, and here on Movie Master. Now, you don't have to only go to Maximum X to get that video. I will upload the video to here on Movie Master, and I will say Merry Christmas to everybody. And then after that, I'll do my live video, and then after that, I'll do my final reflection video of the year, and then I'll be done for this year, 2020, and I'll enjoy my Christmas. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this last review of 2020. So the last review of 2020 I did was of Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales on the PS4. The first review I ever did was of Marvel's Spider-Man Maximum Venom. Actually, no. I'm actually wrong. Sorry. I'm mixing them up. My first review was on Marvel's Spider-Man PS4, released in 2018. And then I did another review, a sequel review video, on Marvel's Spider-Man PS4, The City That Never Sleeps. And a review on Marvel's Spider-Man Maximum Venom, all 3 seasons. And the final review of this year is on Marvel's Spider-Man PS4, Miles Morales Edition. You guys will be seeing videos on Marvel Spider-Man Remastered on the PS5 and Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales Remastered. Marvel Spider-Man PS4 Remastered on the PS5 and Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales PS5 Edition. Next year or in the coming years. Next year, the following year, etc. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this last review, and I hope you guys enjoyed the whole year as it was, because yes, 2020 has been a weird year, but it was a pretty good year for my YouTubing year, and I believe that we will go into the next year expecting something new and different, and it'll be fantastic. So, are you guys ready, or not? Because 2020 is coming, 2021 is coming, and it's gonna be the next year coming. The decade's over. 2019's ended. Every decade's passed from then. 1910, 1900s, 1910s, 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, 1950s. Ancestors from the 1800s and before, and from the 1900s, 1910s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and the 2000s and 2010s. People have been born, people have been lost. And our ancestors have gone from great lengths for us to be created now. I'm a kid, me and a lot of other kids in my current year, because I am 13. A lot of kids who are the same age as me were born around 2007. So we count as 2000 children from the 2000s. So yeah. And yes, but that is my video. And I hope you guys enjoyed my last ranking and review for the year. So my last ranking was ranking all 3 live-action Spider-Man actors from worst to best. And my last review was on Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales PS4 Edition. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed the videos for 2020, and I cannot wait to see you guys on my live video coming up soon. But now I'm going to go eat my apple and butterscotch slice of pudding, and I'm going to go enjoy it, and then I'll come back here and do a live video. But I hope you guys enjoy your year, and I hope to realize that yes, the 2010s are over. I miss those years. That was most of my childhood. But we got 2020, and it was a bad year. Yes, it was not what I expected. But 2021 and onwards will bring new hope to those, and it will start a new decade that we so needily deserved. Joe Biden is now president. The presidential election is ended. COVID-19 is getting knuckled down more and more. By 2021, and likely by December of 2021, we would have ended COVID. But hope you guys enjoyed this last review/ranking of 2020 on Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales on the PS4. I'll see you guys on Maximum X for my Merry Christmas video, and I'll see you guys for the Merry Christmas video on this channel, and for my reflection video and my live video. But yes, with that, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and click the notification bell depending on whatever version of YouTube you're on, so you don't miss any movie masterful content. And yes, and also you guys are going to make sure that I am also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I make TikToks on TikTok. I do not really dance, but I do random things on TikTok. So I hustle around on TikTok from time to time. So I'm here on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You guys want to check me out on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook? You just guys search up Movie Master. So yeah. But yes, hopefully you guys enjoyed this year, and I cannot wait to see what 2021 will bring us next year. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on Maximum X for my Christmas video, and on here for my Christmas video. And I'll make sure to see you guys for my live video next video, which will be a live video. So yes, goodbye, and enjoy 2020 for the last of it. Good luck. 2021.